Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're on Reddit going through r/confessions, seeing what people's biggest confessions are. What's your biggest confession?
This one time, I got my fingers stuck inside this.
Alright, to the first one.
I accidentally cost someone their life. Holy fuck. When I was probably 13 or 14, the mother of my mother's childhood best friend, holy fuck, fell incredibly sick. I forgot what exactly was wrong with her, but it got to the point where she needed constant care. Because of their friendship with my mother, who was a nurse my entire life, she became the caregiver and almost every day would go change medicines, bandages, take her on errands, whatever was needed on that day. One day, my mom was out of town and had left me at home by myself. I was sitting inside on the computer playing Maple Story, and Mom's landline phone rang. It was one of her best friends. She said, "Can you please have your mother call me when she gets home? It's an emergency." Mom bled out and she's not doing well at all, and we don't know what to do. I assured them I would and went back to my computer. Mom got home about 15 minutes later, and I forgot to tell her. Holy fuck. Completely forgot the phone call had happened until they called back that night to tell my mother that their mom had died from bleeding.
How does it just cross your mind?
Back to
Maple Story.
God damn. For whatever reason, they never told my mom they had called me that day to relay a message. They never questioned why my mom hadn't shown up to help. My simple childhood memory took months, maybe years off a sweet old woman's life, and this is the very first time I had ever talked about it. It eats me alive every day.
I mean,
how good was Maple Story?
I don't even know what that is. We can look it up. Maple Story. Oh, hell no.
You're telling me you let an old lady die
For a ripoff Goku. That's Vegeta.
No, that's gotta be like Naruto.
Okay.
That dude's from One Piece, that's all I know.
Alright. That wasn't that bad though.
I mean,
You let an old lady die. I mean, what could have your mom done? She was a nurse, but she couldn't really.
I mean, if you're a nurse,
And you're bleeding out. It's not like she could have.
there's nothing you, like...
Imagine that feeling though. You get off Maple Story. Fuck.
Was I supposed to
You
do
see mom on the
something?
phone. Hey, mom. Mom. Why is she crying? Your mom just bled out. When I was 7, my aunt used to jerk my piss to show how it would get hard as a magic trick. My mom used to call one of her youngest sisters to babysit me when I was a kid. And I remember one of the boring afternoons, my aunt was babysitting me because my mom had gone somewhere. So there was no one else home at the time. Wearing pants was an appalling new concept for me at the time. So I was running around naked during most of the day. How old is he?
I don't know, I don't say.
He said, when I was 7, you're still running around the house naked at 7. I don't remember much about how we got to that point, but I distinctly remember her asking me, "Want to see a magic trick?" And pointing to my willy saying, "I'm gonna make it bigger," and pointed up. I was a curious kid, so of course I was eager to see the magic trick, and she jerked it until I got my first ever conscious erection. God damn. I remember crying because I thought it was permanent, but once it got down, I remember thinking she was the coolest aunt ever. How old was she?
I don't know.
It didn't say how old.
No.
If she was like a little bit older, she about 30.
He was scared his fucking stinger wasn't gonna go away.
It was hard for maybe like 5 minutes. He was just having like a panic attack. His first ever boner and panic attack he's ever had.
I bet he's fucked up now.
If his aunt was like a little bit, depending on what she looked like. If she was ugly, I bet he's fucked up.
Yeah.
If he's like foxy 30-year-old, while he was 7, that makes sense. And having a little fetish on
Fucking myth.
on MILFs when you get older.
When I was 16, I conspired with a heroin addict I met online to help me off myself with heroin and dump my body in a dumpster in exchange for my valuables.
Sounds like a good little exchange.
I mean, he obviously ain't got shit to offer. I lived in a small town and he was in the bigger city where my school had an upcoming trip. We planned for the slip away during the trip and meet up with him to do the deed. He chickened out last minute and ghosted me. No shit. I'm not about to help you kill yourself.
See, the comment says, "I don't think he chickened out. He probably never believed that the plan was serious."
Yeah, who's gonna believe fucking...
That's a cop right there. Hey, I'm 16. I'm going on a school trip. Bring your drugs, your heroin with you.
Bring your spoon and lighter and...
And let's
needles
cook
with
up
you.
some heroin.
Has this person ever used... So she wasn't already on it. She just wanted to overdose on it.
Yeah, she just found a heroin addict, to give her heroin, overdose, and dump her body in a dumpster. Exchange for all of her.
You can have all my shit. I don't really have much.
Why didn't he? I would have probably at least
Seen what she had.
at least looked and saw the bus pull up on the little school trip and been like, "Oh, she's been for real. They are having a school trip."
I thought you see.
You
see what you got.
You just see a cop sitting out there. What's she have on her? Oh, she brought her Chromebook from school. I'm stealing that shit from her heroin. 2 years ago, one of my best friends and I went halfsies on a fuck ton of Xanax. On June 8th, we both took Xanax from a batch we split. I woke up, he didn't. Fuck. No one knows had anything to do with the drugs that killed him, and I don't know if I ever can bring myself to tell somebody. You just told how many people? 2,000 people upvoted it. You just told 2,000 people.
Damn. If you think about it, you both had responsibility in taking them. Like,
Yeah.
you sure you want to take this?
That's like a gamble.
Yeah.
Must have been like a lightweight. If you took a fuck ton of Xanax, he took it like a half of the batch, the same as you. We split.
He got
Fuck.
one that had vent crushed up in it.
Fuck. That's scary as fuck.
I'm pretty sure when you OD on Xanax, it's a
Go on. When you OD on Xanax.
it literally suppresses your nervous system and shit, so it literally stops your heart from beating. Like, your heart stops beating.
So it's peaceful. You want to come peaceful, huh?
I mean, yeah. A girl I am no longer friends with, we'll call her Stink Eye, told me why her parents didn't allow her family to have pets. While she was 4 or 5, they had a cat. One morning, little Stink Eye woke up to the sounds of her cat meowing and moaning loudly from a closet. She opened the closet to see the cat giving birth to kittens. Aw. Stink Eye says that she thought they were aliens attacking her cat or something, and that's why she did what she did next. She put on shoes and stomped all the kittens to death. She later said she had made it all up as an embarrassing story from childhood. I don't know what to believe.
You don't just, she told you that at what age? It doesn't say. You don't just make that up at any age. Oh, I stomped on a fuck ton of kittens that I thought aliens were.
That's like schizophrenic shit.
Yeah, you have to be really young. You have to be old enough to be taking drugs to think that aliens are fucking with your cats, or just really young and you're just stupid.
Holy fuck, I'm hallucinating. I'm seeing aliens.
And you have
attack
schizophrenia.
I bet you would. I bet you if she was schizophrenic, she probably would have stomped all them bitches
Pretty
to
fucked
death.
up either way, it says. My dad told me he and mom got into a fight on vacation once in a hotel room. She started getting violent, usual. And instead of either run or restrain her, he said he snapped and he threw her into the bathtub she hadn't drained yet, and held her head underwater until she stopped moving. God. You just get angry and just drown your wife, your bitch wife to death. Then said he went back into the main room and watched TV calmly, thinking about how and where he was going to run and what his next move was going to be, until after 10-15 minutes later, there was a splash in the tub and mom sprang awake and alive. Was this like a family?
It had to have been, because...
Where your kids at?
I don't know.
He said neither of them said anything, just got dressed for dinner. Years later, I asked mom about it, and she kind of bugged her eyes out, paused, and said it didn't happen. I'm pretty sure it did. There was both sick, violent psychopaths. Then it must not have been like a family, like vacation, because then you would have had like a recollection of, oh, my mom, I heard her under the water,
drowned
to death, and just calmly.
Imagine just being at the beach and just looking over.
This has 2 upvotes. This is just someone willingly putting that out there. That's crazy.
That dude said it. My dad was devoid of moral compass.
Holy hell, that's intense. It was the part about him turning on the TV thinking about his next move that convinced me it happened. My dad was devoid of a moral compass. That would totally have been his reaction to killing another human being. Not only your wife, but just a human being. Just go back and watch
like
TV.
True psychopath shit.
That's crazy.
Just fucking got done drowning a bitch in the bathtub. And
The mother of your children just drowned.
That's probably why
What's
they
my
never
next
talk
move?
about it, I guess.
But how did they instantly? She gets up. She gets up out of the water.
Soaking wet, out of breath.
Towel, draw off.
Sit
All right,
down.
let's go to dinner. And that's insane.
Yeah, that's nuts. I got nerve damage masturbating once. Ugh.
Ugh.
So basically, I was fucking my bed while half asleep because my sheets are very soft.
The only reason I was fucking because they were very soft.
There hadn't been much room in my nutsack for a while, and a ball sort of got caught upwards. And I guess what happened was I grinded the ball into my bed. It ached for 2.5 months. Doctor said I was healthy as fuck and not to worry. I like how he threw doctor said I was healthy as fuck.
I'm healthy as fuck. I mean,
that's not convincing at all.
the only reason I fucked my bed because it was soft.
Listen, after getting a billion tests because I was worried it was something bad. I mean...
Oh, it wasn't anything bad. I was grinding my nuts into my bed.
Well, I was twisted my ball inside the sack. I don't understand. Why be that down bad?
How did this happen? Is it broken? What did he fuck? He fucked his soft sheets.
So he wrapped his dick around the sheets around his dick and just fucked it.
I'd grinded the ball into my bed, so he must have been like fucking his bed. Like you have a mattress, or you have the spring, whatever the fuck. Then you have your mattress. He was probably fucking in between the soft sheet. He probably just going to town. His ball got in there.
I
somehow.
bet he left it there too. What a disgusting freak.
Oh my god, I don't even want to think about that. Had sex with a turtle. I was 12. After I had sex with a turtle, I killed it because I was afraid of having a kid that was a turtle. I buried it. I was a stupid kid. Edit. Turtle, I fucked my pet turtle. I just pulled my dick out, went up and down on the turtle's back, or whatever you call it, until I come up.
These people
Thanks for the gold.
I just don't understand.
A lot of these have been deleted. I was 12. Okay.
At 12?
So he already went through puberty. He said he finished to pleasure on the turtle's back. That's how he killed it.
Oh, he buried it.
He buried it because he was afraid of having turtle babies.
This dude's growing up to be a psychopath.
Yeah, a lot of these have been deleted. The account has been deleted.
He posted some more shit that was like, update. I tried a human this time.
I don't even want to. I don't think you can look at it.
10 years ago. He's probably done locked up and under the prison.
I don't even. Damn.
An old coworker of mine told me about how him and his friends killed a guy in the 80s who raped one of their sisters. I mean, can you blame him? He wasn't even drunk. He said they pulled up to his trailer out in the desert, honked the horn, and when the guy came out, about 6 guys all opened fire on him. No one knew exactly who killed him.
Like a fire squad. If you're gonna do it in a way that you don't feel like guilty about it, that has to be the best way, like a fire squad. But that's like the most brutal way.
Literally pulled up to this guy's house and was like, "Hey!"
I mean, what he did was awful, and he deserves to either be locked away forever or die. Both of them.
6 guys all. Could you just imagine a fucking like Toyota pulling up? You walk out.
You got the Taliban outside your house. My friend said he was left alone with the body of his dead cousin during the funeral. Everyone got personal time saying goodbye or whatever. Yeah, like normal stuff. And he had sex with it. He cried when he told us. I have no other information. I feel that's a good stopping point. That's awful. You got your alone time with your cousin.
Dead cousin.
Yeah, and say, I'm not really good at goodbyes. And he fessed up and he started crying to his friends. I wouldn't even confess to it.
That would have had to went to my grave.
Yeah.
That's traumatizing shit right there. And fuck.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked up. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe. If you didn't,
kiss my ass.
what you said. And I'll see you guys in the next one.